right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we begin, we want to start by giving honor, all praise and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
the honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle and den of the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. And we're just going to get right into it. This is going to be alive in the spirit. Wherever the spirit takes us. I mean, it's a lot to cover because there's so much happening all throughout the world. Our primary focus being here in Babylon, because this is where we're going to have the main deliverance. And we went into it last week, how the transition into the kingdom is going to come with much travail. That the scripture talk about the labor pains, the beginning of sorrows. And the closer we get to the day of salvation, the more pain, the more sorrow the Lord's going to turn up, for His people. And I remember years ago, you had a lot of people that used to think that when we be out there telling, our people primarily to get right, because if you don't get right, the enemy's going to come down, the judgment's going to come down, people are going to get snatched up and put in the concentration camps. Martial law is going to be declared. It's going to be totalitarianism. We talked about these things, and a lot of it was just dismissed as conspiracy theories, fear mongering, alarmism. But now you're starting to see the measures that are being taken right now from the entity that's over us right now. Right. All right. Just recently, Indiana, they had passed a bill that'll basically grant them, as far as execution, death penalties. They're going to bring out the firing squad and the gas chamber. They're bringing that back. All right. So this administration is definitely an authoritarian administration set up by the elite. So they're going to come full throttle on the tribes, man, and they're not going to let up.
I got something. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
Yeah, you come in with that great wrath. And you just pay attention to all the different moves that they're making. They're operating like they definitely on a clock.
Doomsday clock.
Doomsday clock, right? It just got turned to what, 85 seconds till midnight. So yeah, he doesn't have a lot of time left. So that means that the war is on for you tribes. From here on out, this is how he gonna be moving.
To your point, bro, they're going to use agent provocateurs to justify the firing squads. Of course, we know that eventually the guillotines.
Yep.
What was the other one you said? The gas chamber. So something's going to happen where people are going to say, yeah. They're going to say it's because right now they say, oh, that's inhumane. They'll use all these reasons why you shouldn't do that, but eventually something's going to happen where they're going to say, yeah, we do need that. It's justified, and what that does is put fear in the rest of the people. So eventually, when that MOTB comes around, the majority of the people are just going to comply because they don't want to end up like this person getting the fire squad, or this person getting a gas chamber, or whatever. Beheaded, kind of.
Yeah, that's what's gonna come. They're gonna start making examples out of the people, and it's gonna be public.
That's the spirit I was just gonna say.
Because right now, a lot of measures are being put into place. You got TikTok. They basically are taking control of the algorithm on TikTok, and they pretty much are now adding more restrictions to it, to where if you're caught saying certain particular things about a certain people group, and y'all know who we talking about, all right? right? They wear the little hats on their head. Those people. You start to, you use the Z word. They say that if you use the word in a derogatory way, they're gonna basically classify you under the extremist category.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's like you can't even, which the scriptures say that they're gonna make you an offender for a word to lay that snare. Because the world is waking up to them. They're being exposed on a daily basis, constantly. So they have to, clamp down, on the public and silence people, make examples out of people, so on and so forth, man.
I appreciate it. Really back up with this, brother, what you just said. Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
And that word accuser, when you go into the Greek, it's the word categoreo, man. And how is he doing that? He's ultimately making people pick sides, man. Hey, this is bigger than just a left wing or right wing, a blue or red, man. It's ultimately, if you don't bow down into the image of the beast, hey, then you're against us. And if you do bow down into the image of the beast, hey, then you're also going to receive the MOTB. And we'll allow you to continue to live in our system. Well, you'll have your quote unquote liberties. Those that are opposed, hey, those liberties are going to be stripped from you, man.
Yeah. And they're going to basically make it. They're going to make it. So the elder was going into. You can't say the Z word. You can't say that they're pretty much the ish word. You can't say anything about these people because at the same time they're going to be the ones, and it's going to be evidence, going to be seen that they're the ones responsible for all the turmoil that's going on in this place.
You see the evidence because it's people that's brothers are speaking on the TikTok. Hey, the management has been shifted, and there's been a lot of people being shadow banned. Man, it's been what you call them, channels, pages, whatever you want to call them, just being completely shut down, man.
Yeah, this is their way of trying to crack down on the truth. Any information that pretty much reveals who this devil is, they want to clamp down on it. And that's how you know that this devil he's on the ropes. He's on the ropes, and which the Lord said, there shall not be anything secret that shall not be made manifest. All right, so we're in that time. The man of sin has to be revealed, but he wants to try to control that. But there's nothing that you can do, because we're in that time, man.
I want to say, pursuant to Matthew 24, Yahushua basically was talking about, there's be, kingdom against kingdom, famines, pestilences, and earthquakes, and you can see it. You got the Nipah, you got these people uprising against ICE. You got these wars going on. Babylon, about to bomb Iran. Russia, Ukraine. North Korea, South Korea. China, Taiwan. They waiting on them. You waiting on that famine. Earthquakes. Problems in the financial system. All these things are coming together, just like Yahushua prophesied, man. Ezra's, all the prophets pretty much had the same visions of the end and the Esau's world, man. His rulership.
Yep, and that's why they prophesied in sackcloth.
Yep.
Which symbolizes mourning. Because the times that the troubles that's ahead, hey, it's going to be a lot of weeping, a lot of mourning, man, a lot of anguish. See, hey, your government, ICE, DHS, they're buying up all these warehouses. These big, gigantic warehouses. And we know exactly what they're doing with them.
On top of the ones they already got.
Yeah. And like I said, these type of things were just considered conspiracy theories over 10 years ago. But now it's reality now.
The Walmarts.
Yep.
They're shutting down warehouses for years.
All these department stores, these big department stores, malls that been closed down, but they haven't demolished and put nothing else up. They're preserving these buildings, these large buildings for a reason.
FEMA coffins.
Yeah. That was a big deal. You know,
Yeah.
the FEMA coffins.
Those are still there.
Yeah.
And they're just purchasing, you know, more space to throw,
Yeah, to house.
you know, people that are not compliant.
Yeah.
People that are, you know, they're not obedient to this new world order. You know, everybody that seems or appears to be an insurrectionist, a rebel, you know, like the fact that they're setting up, you know, these characters like the Paul Bird songs, and they got these, you know, people. It's going to be agents set up to spark the chaotic environment to get the people riled up to go out there and riot and, you know, basically come against the authorities. And once that happens, that's when Esau is going to feel justified in, you know, rolling out the Insurrection Act, you know, declaring martial law.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy for them.
Easy.
Our people, you know, that sheep going to the slaughter, man. It's gonna be real easy for Esau to do what he got to do, man. His main purpose is to catch the elect. He wants the elect, man. You know.
And if I may, even Israelites now that are out there and they're teaching and they got a school and camp, whatever else. A lot of y'all aren't ready for this, man. A lot of you guys don't have the discernment. You don't have the leaders that are guide you with the understanding to be able to withstand and see through the BS out there, because you guys aren't occupied in prophecy. You guys aren't paying attention to like how spiritual is the Apostle Tahar's phrase? You know, the coin of the year. Okay, the year of apostates, sellouts, agents, and Jacob's trouble. That's directly on point. And those should be the things of prophecy that you should be getting your mind lined up with, focused on. The one.
It's right now is the easiest time to see who the hirelings are.
Yep.
Because if they're silent during this time, they're not telling you what to prepare for, they're not showing you that we're in the times of evil, they're more than likely paid off.
Right.
To pacify you and you know, put you in comfort while we're in a time of distress.
Cause it's way too much to not talk about, man. Prophecy is speaking on the largest scale it's ever spoken in, man. You can touch on topics of the MOTB, pestilence, race riots and civil unrest. You know, you can go on to how defiled the food is. You know, you can go into how Egyptian is set against Egypt. All these different topics in the spirit are to be touched on, man. Hey, then on top of that, you have AI, you know, all the data center stuff. You can literally go into ChatGPT, ask it to give you prompts or what important occurrences are happening according to prophecy, man. And it's going to push out the information for you. You know?
Yeah, we got to say the same thing over and over again. You know, because the Lord's sayings is constant. So we constantly got to warn our people about the same prophecies over and over. You know, it ain't nothing new. You know, we just you know, blowing that horn, man. Blowing that alarm.
I want to say that he's blowing the horn like we're watchmen on the watchtower, and we're telling you the true prophets are telling you that the enemy's getting closer. So you're watching from a distance. Okay, the enemy's close. He's getting closer, but the enemy's 100 yards away. The enemy is 50 yards away. They're closer.
He's in range.
Right. And they got these hirelings that ain't saying shit. They just like, oh yeah, they still far away, and they're not coming.
It's the normalcy bias spirit that we always go into. Nothing bad is gonna happen to you until it does. Right? That's why they say if a man sits on a train track and he believes that he'll never be hit by the train, but once the train and that smoke and that sound of that horn is blown, you know, then he starts getting alarmed, man.
I got one.
Yeah, same.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 14, it says, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. The fact that you're not speaking out about the dangers that are coming about, this is the time where you can't let everybody around, man. You can't let everybody come and chill in on your inner circle. Okay, they can come and stand over there and listen, or they can subscribe to the videos, but when they want to come and hang out and want to do all of that, it's a deeper vetting that has to happen now.
Man.
Because now's the time, when all the Jay Reeds and the I forget his name. What was his name? IT's name in New Jack City. This is when you gotta be. You can't be. What's the other guy that let him slip in on the movie?
G Money.
G Money. You can't be like G Money right now. Okay. Just looking for people to come around and join in. Nah, man, this ain't the time for that. This is when you should be, everybody in the inner circle should be vetted, and the people that's coming in, they gotta go through rigorous training. Like when you, in the movie,
Self-contained
Scotty.
unit, like
Scotty.
What was his other name?
Going back to the movie what's that?
In Too Deep?
No, the G Money.
Yeah, New Jack City.
New Jack City. He said we're a self-contained unit.
Yeah, right,
You know?
right. And
Them niggas let Pookie in.
yeah. Right. I got you, Pookie.
Yeah.
Nah, man, this ain't time for community and rehabilitation. Because the scriptures let you know that every man will utterly supplant. Okay? A man has many trains. Like you gotta know that this is that time that it's okay to be, hey, if I was coming into something, I'd be disappointed if the organization, just saying it like this, didn't thoroughly vet me if they let me in day 2. I'll be like, I don't know, man. Y'all just let people in like this.
I got a precept for you.
Y'all down.
Galatians chapter 2 verse 4. It said, and that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privately to spy out our liberties, which we have in Yahweh Shai, that they might bring us
Because
into
we've seen,
bondage.
if I'm lucky, brother, but we've seen this play happen before, right? We've seen it with every movement that this Edomite government, okay, which he's got the horns out again, is trying to make sure he's using all the old tricks. He'll send somebody, like I just did a video on Queen's Flip and Tazarian.
Yeah.
Bro, how did you not, come on,
That shit
bro.
is straight funny style,
Come
man.
on, bro. Hey,
Because the type of
Tazarian got his
questions-
back teeth laughing, rolling, but then Queen Flip is like, let me work this the right way. So you hate these people?
Right.
What would you do if ICE did? Like, come on,
If
bro.
they came right now, and arrested.
What would you do? Then it's like he started thinking about it, but it was too late. You didn't already answer it from your heart and not from your mind, bro. That's not the same thing. You didn't answer it out of your belly, I should say, and not from the wisdom of the scripture.
He didn't want to sound like a coward. Because
Exactly.
they have that no cowards policy.
And you better not use
You
wisdom.
can't use wisdom.
Yes.
Because that's coward. You're a coward if you use wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now, so that lets you know that the spirit isn't really with them.
Exactly.
Because in this time, in this particular time, men of the Lord are going to move with discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're gonna be careful with their words. The scriptures say to let your speech be seasoned with grace, with salt. How you ought to answer every man. You got to be salty.
Thank
The
you.
Lord was salty when he was talking to Pontius Pilate.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord told us when you go in the way of your adversary, agree with him quickly. There's a certain way that we have to move now because we're behind enemy lines right now.
And that's if you was gonna even have a conversation with the dude, because a prudent man looking well to his going would have seen right through that. Not just overlooking, he supposed to be some funny guy, comedian, so he ain't gonna be on no Asian shit trying to get you caught up.
Hey, let's say he's not. Let's just say he's not. He did ask all the right questions though. But let's say he's not. You act like they ain't ever sent fools in to
Right.
to get your guard down, and then they got you on camera.
That's Luke 20:20, where it said that you had certain men who came around the Lord and they were basically disguising themselves like they were just regular men, but they were really coming there to see what they can catch Yahweh Shai saying,
His word.
catch him in his words.
I got it, but that goes with what I was about to say was he even knew to speak salty, with flavor, if you will, around the multitudes, not just around the officials, but around everybody. They was like, hey man, they can't understand what you're saying. We barely understand it. We've been around you. He's like, man, it ain't for them to know. If they don't get it, it ain't for them to know. Y'all got it.
I got it for you. This Sirach 6. I'm gonna start here at 5. It says, sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
This is when you all that internet camaraderie shit. This is not the place to be having that.
Yeah, all
This
these
is not the time.
platforms.
But this is the guy though.
Yeah, ultimately you're a friend of the world.
This is the school that let anybody come into their Passover and eat the lamb and Yahweh Shai with.
Yeah.
Not understanding the symbolism in it.
Continuing, it says, be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Prove him. And it was funny, in the video I did, I was like, hey, we'd have been on camera first before we even you even brought them up there where you see them doing hand-to-hand combat, all your footwork. You can, if anybody with martial arts could pick the style out, could know, the whole thing. Oh, this ain't for this. You sound, you sound so smart. I'll say it this way. Oh, this ain't for our offense. This is for defense. Why you gotta even be talking about that? Oh, talking about the king.
Yeah, the king.
Right.
Hezekiah, yeah, I thought it was Hezekiah. Yeah.
Brought him in and showed him all your most inner circle, man. I look at all the riches we got. And now, what do you know? He's like, all right, well, go and get that up. This is the type of moves that, and he showed you all the jewels. We're the Lord's jewels, our people, right? Especially those that believe. You just showed them everybody. Everybody's faces on camera now. You just showed them everything.
And him going to Queen's Flip going to Zaryak, knowing that this is the most Black Panther-esque
Exactly.
Israelite camp in Israel.
You stand Paul Birdsong among them, and you fit.
Bro, he went to him the next video after the Tazariak one is him standing with Paul Birdsong.
That's right.
Bro, 6 hours apart.
Bro,
And this man, this is the captain that nobody can debate him, right? He's
the debate champion of Israel.
Yeah, he's the debating king, right? He's a quarter personality.
Yeah.
But this guy has zero discernment.
Right. Why would he never ask, why do you want to interview me?
Right.
You gotta ask what
He don't question none of these dudes' intentions, their motives or anything, because really he set out to gain from being around these type of people.
Exactly.
Yep.
And Queen's Flip is on his little he's on the Joe Budden podcast, so he's known, so people will see that and this nigga Calvin Zaryak wants to be a celebrity, but he is a Hebrew Israelite celebrity, but he wants to be really known in this world.
And that's gonna be to his own undoing.
You talk about Queen's Flip with the Birdsong album.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm back in Sirach 6. This is the GMT. I'm reading verse 7. It says, when you make friends, don't be too quick to trust them. Make sure that they have proved themselves. Some people will be only your friends. Some people will be your friends only when it is convenient for them, but they won't stand by you in trouble.
Let me say this, man, because something that is a beautiful thing, the way the Spirit is dealing with the apostles, starting with Apostle Harlan down in Great Millstone, all the way through the bishops, the elders, all the way down, because the vetting process, I couldn't be a spy. I'm like, man, I didn't sign up for this shit. You know how much work you got to do at Great Millstone, how much studying? You got to understand. You got to actually understand things in the Spirit. You can't fake that.
You got to be diligent.
You got to be diligent.
Yeah.
Now, you can kind of pick up some things, but you can be like, okay, well, learning, but you can't really come into the inner circle to where, where the deeper things get really revealed till you proven that you really sincere about this thing all the way through and through. And we know that there's got to be agent spies and somebody's got to play the Judas energy, the Judas role. We already know that part, but it ain't gonna be easy to do it here. This nigga just shows up, show us your whole battlement lineup and your whole
What was that one
Arrangement.
guy that had them on Vice?
Yeah.
Then when it was at the shooting range.
Yeah.
You might do
You're letting an outside, like, you don't know who he worked
Right.
for.
You
You know what I'm saying? You don't know who sent him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know if the enemy is using these guys to lurk into your organization. And you just, come on in.
He could have been set up that whole time.
Yeah.
His whole podcast, his whole page, just for that moment
Right.
to
Mhm.
to get to you. You know?
And now your whole organization is in the database
Shit.
Yep.
Stinky.
for the enemy to come down at a later time.
Bro, they could.
All it takes is one person in your organization
Oh yeah.
to act or go against protocol based on assigned orders that they're working for from another agency.
Mhm.
They're going there and do this.
I went into.
You wouldn't even think to know what he's dealing with because he's blending in with y'all.
Right.
Mhm.
He eating chicken with you. He at the Passover eating lamb with you. You know what I'm saying? He's pulling precepts for you. He's doing all that. You know, he came in and studied your whole thing.
And what happens, like
Yeah.
in the movies, is that guy, he comes in, he does this crazy offense,
Yep.
and to get the ministry blame, and then what happens? They kill him.
Well,
So he can't, you know.
the organization that sent him.
Yes,
Will kill him.
or they'll kill him.
Yeah.
You know, and the work, the damage is done. You know, he can't say, well, you know, I was set up. This damage is done.
Yep.
You know, just for that. You see that all the time in movies. What did the dude Joker do in The Dark Knight?
Yep.
He had
went
every-
into
He went in there, had them all set it up,
Yep.
killed them, and drove off. Had them do the work.
Mhm.
You know, that's what the enemy, the devil, that's his MO.
This is one of the oldest tactics ever.
Right.
I went because I did a video. It'll come out later, but and I went into how the feds broke up the Black Panthers basically.
Yeah, I brought that out as well.
It's exactly the same play.
Yeah.
The difference is you don't have to go make phone calls or wear a wire. You just gotta have the cameras right there. Niggas letting the camera in.
Mhm.
This about as dumb as putting all your information on social media. It's the same stupid thing.
Yep.
That's why everything ain't meant to be for this, man. And Zariak went in with zero plan, and we're getting on you because that was just straight dumb. And then you ain't the only one, but that was stupid.
Yeah, because he's following the same rhetoric of these people that are in that spirit of insurrection,
Mhm.
sedition. We got to stand up and we got to fight for these people. We got to defend. We got to do this against the government. Once the talks start to get to that point, that's when these intelligence agencies, that's when they start to beef up on the information.
Yep.
That's when they start to, get, closer in to the organization. As soon as they hear stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
we always let it be known that, and we just teach the Bible. We just preach and thus saith the Lord. We say what's going to happen in these last days. We're basically prophesying.
Yep.
You're going to arrest somebody for basically, it's not a prediction because we know what's going to happen,
Right.
but it's like, okay, I'm making a prediction about something and it's something bad that's going to happen. Is that against the law? Is that against the freedom of speech?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the Lord even said it's better for you to be buffeted
Righteousness.
for righteousness' sake and not to be a sufferer as an evildoer.
Yep.
Basically saying, you rather go to jail for doing this work, doing something righteous, than doing something carnal, doing something that makes the ministry be blamed.
Yeah.
You rather be locked up or for going out there preaching righteousness, preaching Yahweh Shema Shai, thus saith the Bible, then because that's what they always try to mix our words and say. So what do you think? Like, no, it's not about what I think. It's what the scripture says,
Yeah.
and we believe in the scriptures.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you believe everything it's saying there? I believe what it says with the proper interpretation. There's a way to answer questions.
Yeah.
So you hate such and such? Yeah. I'm like, bro, what do you calm down?
Especially when they narrow it down to color, black and white.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta have soft to know how to answer those questions. So let's go back to the word white. Let's go back to the word black.
At those questions.
This nigga can kill, we can kill Christians all day in a debate, but you can't.
You can't. And then when I knew something was really off, and I brought it out, was you smiling all goddamn time. Why you got your guard all the way down? How do I know? Cause your eyes are rolling back, and I can see your back teeth, nigga. Damn, why you laughing so hard? That dude ain't even laughing. He's over here thinking, make sure I ask these right questions, make sure I say the right things, make sure I word it the right way. He play like he a stupid nigga. That nigga's not talking about Queens Flip. He's not stupid.
No.
But he just showed how immature and how low level you guys really are. But you still got a mini army up there, so they got to do something about that.
Yeah, the cloud is not is definitely not worth it.
I got it.
If I can
Yeah,
bring
you got
this
it.
out. Surah 11:29.
Yep.
It says, "Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man have many trains.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud, and like as a spy, watcheth he for thy fall."
And I looked at that word trains, and it's like when you work out and do all of that, but then it goes in to say, trickery or deception. Has many ways to trick you.
Like hidden agendas. Hidden agendas.
Yeah.
You know?
And exactly. Many hidden
Ulterior
agendas.
motives.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Some of these guys, like the Paul Birdsong guy, for example, this nigga was out there gangbanging at first.
Yep. He's a rapper first.
He was a rapper in a so-called gangbang.
Yep.
But how you go from gangbanging to a rapper
Activist.
to an activist to
A
now
leader.
No, I heard he was a minister too.
a minister, and now you're a chairman of this new. Well, he had the Black Panther Party made his ass change. They had to change the name of the organization, so they made him put that down.
Of all the animals.
But now they're the Black Lion Party.
Of all the animals.
Lion.
Right.
So
You got a whole jungle full of animals. Why not the black cheetah? Why not,
Or the Black Panther. I mean,
you
not the Black
can't
Panther.
be that way. Bro,
Yeah.
you know, there's so many
Black
other
Lion.
things. Come on, man.
So we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, man.
Let me read this I had earlier from the ChatGPT when I was asking these questions. They gave an example of why use basically a black informant to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said because they can rise into leadership roles, be present at closed door meetings, handle weapons, logistics, and communications. Scott, hey, G Money, yeah, good thing I got the drop on him, G Money. G Money was slipping. There was always something in all these movies that they do to get the attention of the real target, the real leader, so they can get in there. Now, it goes here. William O'Neill was one of the known guys that took down the Black Panther informants, right? It said, became Fred Hampton's chief of security.
Yeah.
You let how you allow if I was in the organization and I was the former chief of security, I'd be pissed.
Yep.
This nigga just came in, he can teach this, but he ain't the head of security, nah.
You
You
see,
know, I got that.
Fred Hampton he was still like a kid. He was young.
Yep.
He
Give me the
had-
FBI floor plans and daily routines.
Mm-hmm.
All the inside info. Yeah, but he was still young.
He was still young.
And on some carnal shit, honestly.
Yeah. Lord wasn't with that whole movement anyway. But
Nah.
you
As
saw
he-
how it unfolded.
He wasn't even with, and they used the Bible talking about Nat Turner. He wasn't even with that. That's why there's a certain way that you gotta move in this thing. And we're watching how everybody's moving and everybody's getting their foot stuck in the goddamn bear trap.
I didn't watch the Tazariak thing. Did he bring out any scriptures?
I only saw 2 clips.
Okay.
I didn't watch the whole thing. But
Yes.
if you posted yourself the damning information on the clip, trying to be relatable to this guy's platform and his audience, what are you doing?
But that it goes back to these guys' ego and making it about them.
Yep.
If you know, we know Brother Great Millstone ain't gonna get on no platform, but if they did, first thing out of our mouth, hey, how about
I'm about
Shimon
to-
Shai?
I'm
The name
about-
of
I'm
the
about to
Lord.
tell
No,
you-
nothing politically correct.
No.
Nothing, no.
I'm giving you, I'm actually
Oh.
gonna have a reader
Yeah.
read precepts.
Mhm.
These are
Yeah.
coming out. This is what's happening to our people. This is why ISIS is
We
doing
gonna
it.
say some
The
shit that's
Negro,
gonna
Latinos,
monetize your platform.
man,
Yes.
man,
Yeah,
I would have warned you.
we have to speak the truth.
Yeah. It's
Your shit gonna get shut down, bro.
You can't go live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over.
yeah, for real.
that shit going to be like you know how they have the delay.
It said COINTELPRO succeeded not because movements were wrong, but they were wrong, but not because they personally did something wrong, talking about the movements, but because they were targeted with sophisticated internal sabotage. So they get in there and they do certain things. They made you think that the leaders were agents. Oh, see, there's a reason I'm saying we need to go on and go up there right now. And no, hold on, let's think this out. They don't need to do that. When you say things like that, now they building up. Oh, he ain't on fire. He ain't this. He ain't that. And now they didn't cause internal tension in between. Where now it's a divide and conquer. It's the easiest play of divide and conquer.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
that's why we never joined in none of you. So when the division came, we could point it out.
Yeah, it was the division amongst the Black Panther Party.
Yep.
It was the niggas started fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
After certain spies started getting found out, and then you had basically informants. There was this motherfucker right here. He a snitch. He an informant. So next thing you know is now it's like a gang war within a gang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that whole movement started to become dismantled. And then to top it off, some of these guys were getting bribed. They was getting under the table money to go.
Some will get pressure.
Some of them were like, shit, if I don't do what they telling me to do, they're probably gonna increase the sentence. They probably not gonna give me a pardon or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have no choice. So these are the tactics that the enemy do.
That's how a lot of organizations they end because of inner fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You got someone whispering in some nigga's ear, you should be the leader.
You should be.
Yeah.
Because such and such losing.
Right. He ain't got it. You speak this.
When you start trying to move wise, is that word, trying to move with wisdom, then those that are carnals like, hey, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do something, man. I'm mad. They shot pretty good.
And that's why, like, if something like that was to happen within Great Millstone, which ultimately all it takes is for you to start just, hey, this is what this actually mean right here. You start teaching something completely way out that that none of the apostles, bishops, none of the brothers, nobody teaches that, but you just secretly introducing this doctrine, and then you try to get all the other brothers to.
And you're impressionable on younger brothers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you never thought about that, huh?
That when shit like that happens, that's when the spirit pretty much,
Put a spotlight on it.
scopels them,
Yeah.
and then we cast them out, we get them up out of here.
And then we make
You might be either you just another demon, the Lord is getting rid of you. You're a reprobate, or you probably a spy.
Mm-hmm.
Then we put it out there that this guy right here is not part of Great Millstone.
Yeah, it's not part of
He
this.
teaches this. This is the correct doctrine.
This was his offense.
Yeah, it can't. We got to let it be known.
You start to move a certain way, and it's not conducive to the standard of how we actually operate. Yeah, we're gonna excommunicate,
Mm-hmm.
and we also gonna let the rest of the body know he ain't with us. He don't represent us.
And that's and it rubs everybody the wrong way, but guess what it does?
It's necessary.
It keeps the snakes away, man.
It's necessary. Yeah,
You
man.
know, we,
'Cause you don't know
we still
who's faking the phone among us.
Yep.
I
You
don't
just
know
gotta
if
do the due diligence, at least.
Yeah.
Everybody got to do, I think.
I got that in Luke 20, unless somebody else got it.
I do. I don't have the AMP though.
I had X5.
Got Acts 5.
38.
Let me grab this and then you can grab that one. Luke 20 and 20, and this is in the AMP. It says, so they watched for a chance to trap him. They sent spies who pretended to be upright and sincere in order that they might catch him in some statement that they could distort and use against him, so that they could turn him over to the control and authority of Pilate the governor. Yep. So just imagine if you got how these dudes are operating in that revolutionary, militant Black Panther spirit, or like even those self-willed cats in L.A. Believers of the Way.
Yeah.
These dudes were caught saying that we need to police our people in our communities. We need to we need to set up a neighborhood watch.
That Black Panther shit.
Yeah, they was talking like that, and we got on their ass, and of course they couldn't take the reproof, so they came back at us, and then these dudes is burning the American flags and shit on camera. So all that weird ass behavior, and now, hey, right after that, what happened? They imposed a law saying if you caught doing shit like that, they can lock your ass up.
And here's the thing. This man has no, talking about Esau, has no problem going back. Oh, you once did that? Yeah, I wasn't going to do it ever again. No, you did it. Why would you ever, prosecute for what you did 5 years ago?
If it's on the net, it's in the cloud, it's there forever.
Yeah.
They'll find it.
This internet is a cult, man. And the scriptures say every idle word, damn.
Yeah, it's a record.
Yeah.
It's a record of everything you say, man.
And think how you can't say it was what is it called? It was premeditated now because you thought to cut the camera on first to say it or do it.
Yeah.
You still have something.
That's what they're gonna do with the prophets. They're gonna say, you guys have these premeditated thoughts. Therefore, you're domestic tease.
Yep.
You're a threat to society because you may do this, this, and this. But we know what the scripture says when the enemy shall come in like a flood. But we're only speaking righteousness. We're only speaking the words out of the scriptures, like the elder said, in their proper context.
Yeah, they're gonna set that snare to where.
I'm already on that.
But you already got it.
Yep.
You got it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Isaiah 29, and I'm gonna start at 20. It said, and this is in the NLT. It said, "The scoffer will be gone, the arrogant will disappear, and those who plot evil will be killed. Those who convict the innocent by their false testimony will disappear. With a similar fate awaits those who use trickery to pervert justice and who tell lies to destroy the innocent." And what it said in the 21st verse in the KJV was that making a man an offender for a word. But I thought this was the land of freedom of speech. Well, what have they been saying over the past, all through 2025? Yeah, but that's not right, that you can't just say whatever you want. And it's the small hat pushing that. They don't want you just to say whatever you want to say no more. There's a limit to what you can say. You can say some things, like, well, that ain't what is freedom of speech. Freedom to say whatever I want to say was what it was. Especially when you was talking, E. Now that somebody talking up against you, now you got to cut off what people can say. And think about it, if the small hats is running things, what don't they want to be said? That they're not the real people, that we're the real people.
Yeah.
So how long before these Bibles are gone, well, we're showing you in the Bible that we're the people and they're not the people.
When you're not recognizing them as the chosen people, the people that inherit the holy land. When you basically say that they don't have right to that land because they're not the people of that land, that statement in itself, they can throw up the anti-SIM card at you.
Yep. And
They
people
can
that,
classify you
Yep.
just with such a statement. For us to say that we're the people and they're not.
Hopefully. Yep. This is by Kevin Alfred Strom. To learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize.
all of a sudden, we can't say, and that it was all cool when we were speaking JC and Hallelujah and, you know, and all of that, collection plate and all of that. You know, singing them Kumbaya.
You know how bad Christianity is. You think about it. They are allowed to put it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like how powerful is that? Where it's so deceptive. They allow it to be on. Like remember in LA they had Price and all that shit was on TV.
They want they TVN.
Yeah. This ain't. They would never put this on TV. You know, that's the power of their deception. You know, they put it on TV so thousands, millions of people can see it. You know?
I read something else, but I was gonna say, a brother posted it about Obama was the one that removed the fact that in 2012, I think it was, he removed the fact that the media could
They
use
can
propaganda
against the
against the public now.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what else
that
Obama
gives
did?
it open to do.
In 2016, he sent.
Yeah.
Obama sent ICE raids in Chicago.
Mm.
2016. People don't remember that. They, you know, so he, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We still love him, though.
Yeah.
Because you people are real simple, but this is what we're here for, to show you how to get yourself. But you gotta want to discipline in your mind first, okay? To be able to want to see these things. Like some just don't read right.
I had that.
All right, so,
You gotta see.
James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, he rubbing shoulders with these people in the world, man. You know, these people in the world, you know, they have the spirit got a hatred towards, you know, the elect, man. But you guys, man, you're not a part of the elect, man. There's some sincere guys, you know, these other camps that, you know, could come out of it, but, you know, you guys that, you know, trying to, you know, be friendship with these people, man, they gonna catch you up, man.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna be done, man. You're gonna be in a concentration camp somewhere, man. Thinking that, I knew it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you notice how Yahweh Shai was moving up until his abduction,
Yeah.
when they took it,
Apprehension.
it's like his apprehension. Yahweh Shai was moving, and like he at times, yeah, he would appear at the synagogues and he would be teaching.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of the times, you would read how the Lord would be very solid. He would be very solitary.
Yep.
He would go up to this mountain over here so he can have some alone time and pray.
Yeah.
People, it would be people, crowds of people wondering where he's at, his whereabouts. Where is he?
Disappear.
He would disappear. Let me go over here to this place over here. Let me get away. It was a reason why he was moving like that, man.
And when he was away from people is when he really broke down the real deeper understandings of the scriptures.
Yeah, with his disciples.
Yep.
Yeah.
The inner circle, you know.
Not everybody could just find the Lord and just roll up on him like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like that. The Lord he kept his circle close.
Hey, shit like us.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can roll up to the camp, but you roll up to a brother outside the camp. You ain't about to just sit there and break down the mark of the beast, you know. And
You got about 2 minutes. You got about 2 minutes, and I'm gonna tell you right where
Where
the
you
meat
got
is.
covered again at?
yeah,
You looking at, you know?
right here.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna eat after? Who was that that asked somebody that? Y'all, it was somebody out there. Y'all gonna eat after this?
Oh, okay. And so the apostles,
Yeah.
you don't lose the pizza.
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 Fuck out of here.
That's a spy meal.
Pizza pie.
Yeah.
They probably had a camera set up in the pizza joint already.
Yeah. I got a great one that y'all can go to. When I see y'all tomorrow, I'm like a block away.
Your yard?
I got to y'all.
Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
So if you have men's aspirations of your personal self, it ain't gonna work. If you want to get on Queen's Flip to come around, you want certain guys to come around to have a certain dialogue with them, that ain't of the Most High unless you set it up to like, look, I don't want to hear, don't really, you can ask questions, but I'm really just gonna be teaching through your platform. And your shit probably gonna get demonetized.
You know what made me mad, man? He invited Queen Flip to pray in the Hebrew, man. What the hell are you doing, man?
Be not joint with the unbelievers.
Unequally.
Unequally yoked, yeah, kind of unbelievers.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey, well, he's an unbeliever too, so.
Yeah.
It's showing.
But verse 39, but if it be of the Most High, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily ye be found even to fight against the Most High.
Yeah, so these guys, they teaching Israel, they teaching, so-called
Basics.
Negro, Latino, Native American that they're Israelites, they teaching some history and stuff like that. But you guys ain't got the prophecy, man. You guys ain't got the wisdom to, basically see through people's spirits and, make a decision of, is this person right? Is this person, wicked?
Should I watch what I say around them?
Yeah, exactly. Could this guy catch me up with Esau?
I read this other precept to go with that.
So,
Psalms
Psalms
127:1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh, but in vain. The Lord is not dealing with. We clearly see, if you have this eye to see who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is not dealing with the podcast Israelite.
Yeah, that's you're literally standing in at the Broadway, going into these platforms, and that's where Jake of the world. That's where you're gonna find them, and they're in that they're of the world. They're in that worldly mind frame. You know what I mean? The Lord only sending us to go to the those who would teach others also. Commit thou unto faithful men. All right, when he told when he said, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. These guys, they don't get it. So you surround yourself with all these type of people, hey, eventually I think if you surround yourself with enough of these type of people, Esau is going to send the right people to come to you to make this deal.
Yeah.
And if you turn this deal down, it's going to go bad for you. That's how they get down. We're gonna make it bad, man. We might have your school raided. We might, they'll start doing stuff. So the fact that that's why the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. Y'all started, we know that y'all trust the enemy going back to 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
When we saw how y'all was moving when when they was getting people to take them shots, I was like, yeah, it's official. It is official, man. They can easily get to these guys. You don't have any integrity. And that's exactly what a hireling would do. No, everything is good. Yeah, your sheep, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about.
I got that 501.
Yeah. And now you just a commercial success. Now you're getting all these interviews. He joined on. He over here with Queen's Flip.
Down.
He on no jumper.
We sit down with small hats,
Yeah.
having a dialogue.
Yeah. We on comedy hype. What like whatever.
Yeah.
And you're not here to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You're not using their names when you come to these platforms. You're using that time to glorify yourself. And you get
General
the,
Yohana.
yeah. And you getting the money and you getting the notoriety from it all. So you're gonna look up and notice, you're gonna see, yeah, you comfortable, you got the bag, you got everything you wanted, but now all your sheep has been compromised. Esau, he got your sheep is easy pickings for eat. You didn't hand them over, and that's why the scriptures condemn you false shepherds. Ezekiel was at the 13th chapter. You're like foxes in a desert.
All right, so, yep. So Acts 20 and 28. Take heed therefore unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Spirit have made you overseers, to feed the church of Yahweh, which he have purchased with his own blood. And going into your point as well, man, the scripture says how the Lord is going to visit those false prophets that have not visited the Lord's sheep, man. Meaning you haven't been doing your due diligence in protecting those sheep. Even if you are set up as a false prophet, you still liable, man. That blood is still going to be on your hands. And it's a lot going on right now that needs to be professed, man. It needs to be publicized. You are the ones that need to be telling your sheep about what's going on. There's a lot going on right now that our people, they still distracted. They still involved in, entertainment and other bullshit in the world. And it's your duty to warn your people, man.
Yep.
I was to your point, correct? You quoted, never trust thy enemy. But Jake has to have the spiritual discernment to know who your enemy is. Yeah, we go into Esau, but it's also 2/3 niggas. They're anti-Hamashiach. If they're not, if they're not sincerely trying to learn and repent and call on the name of Yahweh Shema Shah, they're enemies. You just because a nigga got a platform and he's on Joe Budden's podcast and he does all these stupid skits on, he ain't cool. Man, if you come up to Great Millstone Camp, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get it straight up and down. You ain't no respecter of persons over here.
You're gonna have a conversation with that dude, and every time you see him, he's always playing, always laughing.
Right. All of a sudden, he's serious now. He want to know about your organization and what you guys are about, and he want to ask you these deep questions. But all the other times, niggas playing and joking around and trying to give niggas hugs and just folly.
Yeah, Mosai, he gonna. The scriptures talk about the judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Yeah, he's gonna start with those that are in the circumcision that know, because you were given a responsibility, but instead you backdoored the Lord for your own belly.
Popularity for money.
Yeah. So basically you're a thief and a robber, like the Lord said. Because you came in not through the way the Lord intended for us to come through. Yeah. Through the door of the sheepfold. All right. Yahushua, he didn't send his disciples to go out and, be friends with the world and, we finna go out over here and we finna, make this money over here. We finna become popular. Yeah, they were hated. They had to suffer under the same sufferings as our Lord did. Constantly being persecuted. Then they had to worry about guys coming in and speaking perverse things and turn away disciples after them. Apostle Paul addressed that after my departing shall grievous wolves entering among you, not sparing the flock.
It's getting easier and easier, man. It's just like nowadays, they don't even have to use much, wisdom, on the left hand side, of course. They don't have to even use much wisdom in trying to get Jake to get tripped up on their word. All you got to do is put a camera in front of them nowadays and just like that, ask them some questions, and they gonna tell you everything about what they about, man. They gonna reveal their hearts. I got another one for you. It's St. John 15 and verse 19. It says, if you, matter of fact, I'll start at 18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own, right? So that alone, man, the mentality that they have of going out and seeking that love, wanting to be relatable to all of these people, man, on these different podcasts all over the place. That's an Edomite spirit, man. It says, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. All right, and another precept to that is, woe unto you when men shall speak well of you. For so did they to the false prophets that were before you, man.
That word world is cosmos. The word world is cosmos. So the world of Israel. So the majority of Israel hated Yahweh Shai.
I got one if real quick. This is Galatians 1 and 10. I'm gonna get it in the AMP real quick. This is Galatians 1 verse 10. And it says, am I now trying to win the favor and approval of men or of the Most High? Or am I seeking to please someone? If I were still trying to be popular with men, I would not be a bondservant of a Mashiach. Guys trying to get caught up in a popularity contest. That was what Alazar was trying to do.
Yeah.
What did the Lord do to him? He was exalted, and then the Lord abased him. And it can be on a much bigger scale with the Nates of this world, the Zodiacs of this world, because y'all are you become more higher profile. You're becoming known globally.
And their household names.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine when the Lord abases you. You see what's happening, like Jay-Z and these entertainers that Jake looked up to, their names is getting put out there
Epstein files.
in the Epstein files. And now all Jake can talk about is, man, you saw a Hove? Yeah, he's in the files, man. He was on the island, Epstein Island. And Pusha T was trafficking. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's the same world that Tazariak trying to be a part of. Man.
Yeah.
Trying to rub elbows with.
Trying to go back to.
Yeah.
You
He trying to get in them doors, man.
know.
I would be trying to go the opposite direction, away from all that shit. Look what's happening, man. This devil, he don't play fair. He don't play fair. There's there's not an honorable bone in that man's existence, man. So why would you get close to that world? Why even tippy-toe around it?
Exactly. The scripture says, abstain from all appearances of evil, man. You've been a hypocrite, man. You do all of this down talking on Esau, but then you trying to get close to him, man. You trying to set this man by you.
Yeah.
And then when you get in his face and he asks you questions, they talk about all of this no cowards bullshit, but then you cowered up. I believe it was even General Yohana out there. They asked him, well, do you hate white people? Oh, no, I don't hate white people. The Most High hates white people. Man, come on, man.
It sounded like he was throwing the Most High under the bus. Couldn't just be straight up. No, well, that's put it in perspective. Not what is a white person.
Right.
And we know the history. They didn't start being called or classified as white people until 1681. That's when they started to self-identify. But there's no such thing as a white or a black person. Right? Clarify it right in their face.
Yeah, no one's white.
Nobody's white unless you're saying that you're pure, you're innocent. Come on, man. But no, the Bible says that God hates Esau and loves Jacob. And you can verify that. We can go in the Bible right now and I can show it to you.
Right.
You got to break down who Jacob is and you got to break down who Esau is.
Come on, man. So these dudes are caught up in popularity, fame, at the cost of the sheep. You trying to get clout and fame and notoriety and popularity, that's gonna cost you the people that look up to you. Yep.
There's James 4:4. It reads, ye adulterers and adulteresses,
They gotta come out again. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High.
Yeah, and when you reach those type of levels, you know you can't go against the establishment.
Right.
You're high profile. There's certain things that you can't really say or speak out about. Like all these celebrities, they're compromised. That's why they can't say nothing. Or you end up like Kanye. You got to get on your knees and kiss the ring,
Yeah.
or basically risk everything. You losing everything. And I don't think none of these guys that are settled on a lease, I don't think they don't want to lose it. So they rather just sell the sheep out. Nate, he keep tiptoeing around the mark. He knows what it is.
Yeah. And
But if he gets to the point where he finally lands on the bullseye, out of pride, he's gonna, just like with the Jacob Trouble thing.
Yeah.
When he was getting on his case, it took for us to stay on his ass, and then eventually he came around, and then he started to teach it, but then he tried to, throw, sideways marks at us.
more
I never
lie.
said. I never said.
Yeah, and then lie. Yeah,
They might throw a microchip up in there.
yeah, trying to cover his ass, man.
I didn't say it wasn't gonna be no trouble. I just said, like, come on, bro.
Good.
I've been telling y'all for the past 10 years about this digital system they bringing.
Yeah, just how could you trust a character like that?
Right.
You think he wouldn't sell you out?
Posting pictures on the beach,
Yeah,
laid up, chilling.
yeah, settled on his lease.
That's the type of spirit we you want to push towards Israel.
Man,
Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but you post on your social media and we in a time of it's literally a time of trouble.
Yeah, it's a season of war, man.
you're intermingling with the Nation of Islam. Why? We calling all this behavior out because hey, that's the spirit anyway. This is that year, man. A lot of sellout activity, a lot of agent provocateur activity. It's gonna be on the rise in 2026, man. And we're not falling for the snare. And that's how you know the spirit of the Lord is with great millstone, man. We are the sentinels of Israel. We're trying to prevent you from falling for the snares that is constantly being set.
Yes.
That's what a true shepherd is supposed to do. Steer the sheep away from traps, snares.
It's a cliff over there.
Yeah,
Pull them this way.
yeah. That's what they're supposed to do. But if you don't give a fuck, because you just care about you and your monetary gain, and you having a name, yeah, you're clearly a hireling. All right. Matter of fact, somebody can get it now. John 10. Start at 10 and then read down to.
This John 10:10. Says the thief cometh not forth. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep.
Yeah, you seeing Esau? He's putting all these finishing touches on his New World Order, this whole infrastructure, and you still refuse. you're not gonna enlighten them on anything. You still want to talk about, you know, the black community.
What we should do
Yeah,
to improve
the black community. You know, community work.
feeding the
People
homeless.
that's under these tax exempt statutes. That's mainly what they talk about.
They have to do that
They have to. That's part of the statute
to keep it.
to keep it.
Yeah.
So all they want to talk about is the betterment of the community.
We're gonna set up lunch programs and job fairs and shit like that.
Food pantries and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Got the land, y'all.
That's all they want to talk about. That and the Lord is black. And black people and wearing black and wearing fringes.
Bleeding piggy black, y'all.
That's not.
Can't go nowhere near prophecy. Scripture. I remember when they called us a conspiracy nuts years ago.
Yeah.
When you read Psalms the 64th chapter in the NIV, it literally uses the word conspiracy. Hide me from the conspiracy. That's what it literally say. Concentration camps are not a conspiracy theory anymore. It's a fact. And they gonna start shipping people in there, putting them in there, treating them inhumane.
Right. A lot of people are getting snatched up and you're not hearing no updates from them. You don't know where they at. You know, you don't know if they're alive, if they're in the city where they're apprehended or they're in Texas. I know they're taking a lot of Jakes to a facility in Texas.
Yeah,
So
getting treated like animals.
yeah.
They're probably getting put in a room that has no AC, no heat, no bathrooms, no windows.
Yeah, it's a siege. The siege is, you know,
Yeah,
it's ramping up. It ramps up. You know, it's gonna get real dangerous out here, man.
I looked up the word conspire in the etymology. It says aspire or plan maliciously,
yeah,
agree together to commit a criminal or reprehensible act. And you know, the apostles always go into the word, which basically you break it down, it means bring it together.
That's what the enemy is doing.
Yeah, top elite bankers. You know, they set hard against the elect. You know, of Israel, man, trying to get us, you know, to bow down to them, man.
And they making it easy.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, the scriptures say among my people are found wicked men. They set snares, they lay traps, they catch men. Well, they catch men for Esau. Put you to catch you and put you under his snare. And Esau rewards him.
That's what the slave owners used to do.
Yeah.
Get some of our people to go catch other niggas,
Yeah.
and then you get to sleep in the house tonight while the other niggas sleep on the field.
You get an extra piece of cornbread, an extra piece of chicken.
Maybe a beer.
That's all it took. That extra piece of food or extra meal,
Right.
and you was ready to sell out your people.
Just like that.
Same thing in these days. Esau only got to give you a stack. They can just give you an extra 1,000 or something
So
like that.
they can give niggas followers on Instagram,
Right.
and that'll be enough.
Give you a blue check on that.
Yeah.
Now you official.
Yeah, famous currency nowadays, man.
Finish that in John.
This is back in John 10. This is verse 12. It says, but he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep.
Man. Yeah. Like Elon Musk, the way he been talking about the Neuralink, and then they finna start using celebrities to promote it.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Right, and the fact that his name is Mr. Beast. And what is he promoting?
Man, he was set up a long time ago by the left, the elite.
How you get rich so fast?
That,
Right.
right.
And then he had an episode where he was like had a bank and was just giving out money.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about it till my nephews like we're watching that shit one day. I'm like,
Giving out cars, houses,
yeah,
all types of shit.
giving out private jets.
He got like the most subscribers
Yeah.
on YouTube, man. One of the most watched channels.
Grabbing
So-
the hearts and minds of people, man.
Yeah.
That's the image. Image of the beast. Because you gotta worship the image of the beast first, spiritually. Then you're gonna take that physical mark.
Right.
You know, that's how it's set up.
And when you think about it, when you have people trying to influence you to trust in a whole nother system that goes against your faith, your religious system, that's kind of like a person trying to get you to commit sacrilege. They're trying to get you to denounce your God and come over and serve another God. So when you see these celebrities trying to hype up the see him,
Yeah.
and they're going to be used as influencers to get you to, join the wave. That's literally what they're doing. So don't marvel if you see certain Israelite leaders doing the same shit you see them with these celebs that they're going to be using.
They did it before. Look at the 19.
Right.
Hey, I'm doing this to prove to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that it's okay to take this.
Yep.
That's what that came from y'all leaders' mouth, man.
Using the guilt trip, if you love your family, you'll do it.
Well, why would Esau want his slaves to be sick?
You think the Most High care if you put a microchip in your body?
So we survived the crack era.
Yeah. What the nigga, y'all say, you want to eat, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you gonna take a chip.
Yep. And that's what they're going to be trying to do. They're going to try to entice you to get involved. They might even try to shame you if you don't participate. Deuteronomy 13:6, it says, if thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods. And this new AI transhumanist this whole wave, was it who was it that said it? I don't know if it was Elon or somebody. They said that basically this is going to be like the new God or new religion. Yuval. He said it's going to be like the new religion. It's going to surpass, the Christian God, if you will. So they're setting this up. All right. So you have these influencers, or these people that has reach, and they're going to be trying to entice you just like they tried to entice you to take that potion. They use Tyler Perry and Spike Lee, Juvenile. They use all these people, right? They're going to use these Israelite leaders too. It says, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even to the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto them, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. Now, of course, we're not sovereign, so we don't have a say so in how to handle this type of thing, but we just know to stand firm for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and we only going to serve him only. So we know not to listen to these enticers. Some of these false prophets, that's exactly what they are. They're enticers. They're seducers, seducing spirits.
They're gonna use different tactics too. They're gonna it's gonna be family members trying to guilt trip you. It might be your woman.
Yep.
It might be your mama, your grandma. They're gonna use fear. They're gonna use gifts. It's gonna be different things, man.
Hey, bro, you know what you're saying now? I'm thinking like, hey, with these carnal Israelite groups, they'll tell their members, hey, we'll beat your ass if you don't take it.
CPC.
They'll do that, man.
Or you can't come to the feast days.
Yeah.
Don't even come to don't even think about coming to the Passover.
Right.
If you don't get it. It's crazy, man.
Turning your boots.
Yeah. So yeah, we're pretty much blowing a trumpet you know, on this, because, you know, seeing, you know, what's happening, you know, seeing what the enemy is doing, and seeing how Jake is operating right now, yeah, we in for it.
Yeah, let's see what the Nico virus do.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing about the Nipah, because I was looking up, it has a 75% fatality rate.
Yeah, let's see what it do.
You know?
It come from bats.
Coming from
Yeah,
bats.
same
Same
thing.
thing.
Same shit.
19.
Same thing they claim the vid came from.
Yeah,
So that was
is
cap.
it a virus? Or is it like a respiratory thing?
I'm
They
not
said it
sure.
started out like the flu, then it usually worse and worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.0.
And people that came out and admitted that the original, the first one, back in 2020, CVID, that was all just a trial to test everybody's compliance.
Of course.
That's all that was. The entire time, it was just a big test.
Everyone, not the people, the corporations, everyone. Will they comply with what we're going to eventually bring out? And how people react, you know, of course they taking notes on who took it, who didn't take it, how many jabs did this person take versus this person, you know, they run their analytics on the whole situation. And you know, they got their, you know, these people analyzing, okay, in different demographics of the nation, that there's more people, these people over here are more prone to take it, these people are liberals, these, you know.
Who's fearing the
Right.
most?
Yeah, not saying that the 19 wasn't a real thing. It was, you know, it was, you know, the probability of you, you know, dying from it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a 90-something% survival rate, something like that. You know, but
Only
this
the old people were like dying from that.
But
Like,
this
a lot of-
Nipah's supposed to be the real thing, man.
Yeah, it was exaggerated, the numbers,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
and the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
From a hospital.
Yeah, the Lord says it's gonna be pestilences, plural. So it's gonna be you know, pandemics out here, man, before the Lord comes back.
What's that term when they it's in their Torah that they have to damn, I forget what it's called. Pretty much they have to tell you what they're gonna do before they do it.
Is that a Talmud?
Yeah, well, yeah, the time is like, and we understand, you know, a couple years ago, what's his name, Bill Gates, he said this next one gonna get their attention.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
Yes, well, so we have to, you know, we have to speak on these things, man. Jeremiah 28:8 in the AMP, it says, the prophets who were before me, before you, from ancient times, prophesied against many lands and against great kingdoms, of war and of disaster and of virulent disease. And we're in, and that's what we're dealing with today. So there shouldn't be any silence from men who are self-proclaimed watchmen or prophets. All right, Israel, they got to hear this before they go through it. Then they will know that a prophet has been among them. Then it's gonna finally click when it really gets turned up. All right. So you know, we don't want to you know, just go into that. It was just alive in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know, salute to you brothers tuned in. You know, we're gonna pretty much, you know, just continue to pray, of course, stay steadfast, and be circumspect out here, man. And be salty. Use salt. Okay? Because Esau, they lurking now.
Yeah, the heat's turning up.
The heat is turning up, man. All right. So Lord willing, y'all edify. We'll give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakbarash.
Give honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone. As always, peace, blessings, and citation to the elect. Shalom.
That's all right.
Yeah.